Hello and welcome back to Sars Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Because everybody is tuned in nice and early, because everybody is watching on replay. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, people. We are back again for another episode of the Koora Pod. One coming at a time where a lot of the Arsenal fan base are, depressed, feeling sickened, feeling disgraced, feeling embarrassed. A number of words that you could use, to be honest, but we're here because we have to cover it. I think this one definitely warranted a Monday episode. Souls is unable to be here because he's currently, I don't know, doing world tour or something, on holiday, I think.
We don't need delusion right now, so I think it's a good thing he's not here.
And
we need to have a proper conversation.
T is also working at the moment, so unfortunately he's unable to be here, but I'm sure he would have added a lot of insight to the conversation and all that good stuff. But listen, you've got the three best, do you know what I mean? Man like me, obviously, as the top ball knowledge guy. And then you've got Sami in second place, and then obviously Ashraf running up with the third place position. Big up to Ash. But listen, we're back again. I'll drink it, but so we're back again, man. Let's I know you lot are probably feeling fucking shit like I am, but and obviously you've had to take pelters. I don't know how it is in Dubai and Saudi, bro. They're like United fans. Do you guys know United fans? Have you not getting pelters all day?
Yeah. No, not like you guys there. No.
I've been getting pelters all day, bro, because I'm like surrounded by Chelsea fans, Tottenham fans, United fans. Like, it's all mad.
Even at work, bro, my work colleagues, man, are not letting me alone, man. My phone was just ringing, and then they're being so salty. But man, it is what it is. It's part of the culture, to hold the L when you lose.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Big up to some of the comments here. Big up to Polemist.
Polemicist.
What's polemist? I don't know. Polemicist. Their name always like
it's like those medical terms, that half of them I cannot even read.
Yeah, he's a fraud for yesterday, so he deserves being called like that.
He said, "I hope."
He's positive. I don't know how he can be positive after such a horrendous performance.
The thing is, listen. The thing is, like, there's some people who just like I'm not even trying to say it in a disrespectful way, but they just, the only way is to like, you just have to look at the positive side of things. Like, there are people like this, but listen, there's different type of Arsenal fans, there's different type of football fans. Do you know what I mean? Some of us want to scream, some of us want to shout, some of us are a bit more calm and able to look at it and be like, okay, that's happened.
That's fine, Sad. I agree. Every human being is different, but when you come here and you tell me, where's the comment? Hold on. Okay, look at my comment and then right away his reply. Now read that.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad as people made it. It was more tactical and performance. But
what?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What?
Homelessness is mad. It is mad because the thing is, this is how I'm feeling right now. Sod, how they let us down, all of them. Like, do you man not want to win the league? They've worked so hard. And are trying to throw it away. That's how I feel right now. That is legit how I feel right now, because these man have worked hard. They've done a good job in building this lead to 7 points. There was listen, we're gonna get into it anyway. Big up to Ryan, big up to Paul Assist, big up to Aaron in the building. Big up Aaron. Make sure to hit the like button, people. Make sure you
big up Aaron.
But I guess we might as well start on the embarrassment of yesterday. Arsenal losing to Manchester United 3-2. 3-2 is the scoreline against Manchester United. And Manchester United that is rejuvenated with the second coming of Michael Carrick. Do you know what I mean? They're rejuvenated. The team is looking brand new. They're fresh. New manager bounce. And Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it was an embarrassing performance. And I'll be real, man. I think Arteta needs to take a good hard look at himself, because there was a lot of things said after the game. Vieira said a lot of things which we're going to get into. Arteta replied to those things as well with his comments and what he thought about what was said. And I don't know whether Arteta is fully taken in or grasping that you can't fully defend. Like, you can't defend and just play that pragmatic style all the time. Like, yes, certain games it might work, but do you know what I mean? You can't do it constantly and expect for you to win every single game if you're playing that style. Letting teams have possession of the ball and letting them. And listen, maybe sometimes it's good to let some teams have possession of the ball. Maybe sometimes it's good, but not all the time. Not all the time. Every time you score a goal, the first thing you do, fall back. Let's let them have the ball. Let's see what they're going to do. Let's see how they're going to react to that goal. Why is it? Let's see how they're going to react to that goal, and not let's react to that goal and let's go and get a second. Let's go and get a third. Let's kill off that game. I can't understand why Mikel Arteta is doing this. I can't understand why some of the players are doing this. And listen, I do feel like a lot of the blame has to fall onto the manager, because the players are the players. Do you know what I mean? I think these players are very, very good. I think they can reach levels of world-class levels, and they could be they can win a lot of stuff. But the problem for me is I look at the situation that we have here, and at times it feels like he's sabotaging the team himself. Arteta is putting his ideas, and he's putting his he's putting his imprint onto the team, despite it making us worse at times. Despite it making us worse at times, he still wants to put that imprint. He still wants to go with that defensive control, where sometimes you don't need that. I would love to see, I was saying this in Ash's stream yesterday, I would love to see my wingers at the halfway line waiting for the ball. I would love to see that. But instead, I have to see Saka busting a gut to get back. And I have to see Martinelli busting a gut, or Trossard busting a gut to get back. Instead of being at the halfway line where they should be to receive the ball and let's make a counter-attack. Where if we actually played like that, I actually think that Gyökeres might improve. If we played like that and we actually left them on the halfway line and we play like a more attacking style of football, I actually think that Gyökeres would improve, because he'd have more chances. And then we'd really know if he's big bad striker or not. Because then I think he'd have plenty more chances. He'd be able to play on counter attacks. He'd be able to, hit teams when they get possession on us. And bro, it's just getting me mad. It's just getting me mad. And I can't seem to understand why we are constantly in this situation. Why we are always left in a situation where the team clearly does not like to play like this. Clearly. And O'Malley, it's not even on. I wouldn't say it's on the players to be brave. If the manager is telling you to hold the ball and pick the safe option, that's not a player thing. That's a manager thing. I'm sorry to say that, bro, but it is. But yeah, I just bro, one of you lot go, because I'm still processing everything, bro, because there was one loss. If we lost to a team, yeah, I would understand it if we gave 100% and we actually went out there and fought. But yesterday, forget about fighting. That was, do you know what I mean? It was a mess. It was a mess. What are you lot saying, man?
Ash, you want to start?
Go ahead, Sami.
All right, okay. For me, that was a disgusting performance from Arsenal. From every single player. No player can leave that pitch with his head held high or with confidence saying that he played well. None of them. I repeat, none of them. Not Rice, not Saka, not Gabriel, not Saliba. And I'm gonna start with the lineup first. I don't understand, that he chose Jesus. Honestly speaking, I understand. Maybe Ash would have a different opinion about that because he thinks Jesus better than Gyökeres. It's fine, but I think Gyökeres would have added more in that game. I don't even understand Skelly, who played very well against Inter Milan in San Siro, and you're starting Hincapié, who just came out from injury. And then even the second half, when you replaced him, you put Timber on the left. You put the best right back, probably in the league in Europe, in the left back. So tactically, I'm not really getting Arteta. Now, one more thing, when it comes to the attack, we lack goals up front, guys. When is the last time our forward player scored an open goal? When is the last time Saka scored a goal? When is the last time Gyökeres or Jesus scored a goal in the Premier League, I'm saying? Or even Trossard, the guy who we were praising the whole season. He hasn't scored lately. And when it comes to Arteta, I do believe right now that this guy has his favorites. He has his favorites. I'm sorry. I don't care anybody what you guys are going to tell me. I believe that he has his favorites. He's not picking the right players that are best for the team, but what is best for Arteta, or what he believes at least. I believe that he thinks that those are the best options, but clearly he's blinded by favoritism. And not only that, the whole team, wrong passes, complacency from Saliba. They had a couple of chances from errors from our mistakes that we couldn't pass the ball properly, and Bruno Fernandes shot it wide, and that was the first warning. But we didn't get the message. We had to get the smacking, and then we could get the message. I don't know why. I mean, I'm talking about simple passing, guys. I'm not talking about a wonder pass. I'm not talking a pass that will go through 3-4 players. I'm just talking about simple passing between the defender, the midfield, the midfield to the front.
Can I just say one thing? By the way, Wesley, shut the fuck up, you idiot! Because I was fucking Arteta out last summer, or did you fucking forget? Let's please not have no dense, stupid, idiotic comments, and let's actually have a conversation about what the fuck's going on. About Ash and Sami stood on the side against that Lego head, like as if I wasn't Arteta out. So please relax. Thank you.
And speaking of the Lego head, I mean, the second half, before even the 60th minute mark, he had 4 substitution, guys. 4. When is the last time you've seen Arteta do 4 subs in one shot? I've never seen it. Maybe he did before, but I don't remember.
Bro.
Preseason, thank you, Sad. This is a complete panic mode. Panic mode. So if you are the leader of a team, and this is the vibes and the message you're sending your team, hey, listen, we're gonna do an overhaul. Okay, 4 or 5 players. Let's go. And he doesn't have a plan. Obviously, since minute 60, he doesn't have a plan. He doesn't. They played very, very good. Manchester United. They deserve the win, by the way. They deserve the win. I'm not going to take that away from them. Madueke. Let me now point out some players. Madueke, what the F, man? Whoever authorized or whoever greenlighted the signing of Madueke, he needs to be punished, bro. That player, oh my God, man. Especially when we scored the second goal. Now, when we scored the second goal, we felt that the momentum was on our side for a little bit. And we were, I would say, in an ascendancy trajectory in terms of momentum. And this guy dribbles and just throw the ball outside. I feel like I'm playing in high school, guys. Twice. Yes, Ash is right. Twice. Not once, twice, man. You're a professional footballer who costs 50+ million pound. And this is the way you're performing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now let's talk about our captain. Guys, last time when I put Odegaard as in our best 11, I take that back. I'm sorry, I take that back. Odegaard, you are an abysmal. Abysmal. He offered nothing. He added nothing. And he led nothing. How is this guy the captain of Arsenal Football Club? I don't understand it. Don't listen to me. Listen to Tony Adams, one of the greatest captains we had in the past 3 decades. He's a winner, at least Tony Adams. He said Arteta is not, he doesn't have the leadership characteristic to lead this team. And he was not wrong. And Tony Adams doesn't have some personal agenda against Martin Odegaard. None of us do in this panel. It's just this guy is not, he's not a leader. I'm sorry. And nor is Saka, by the way, who's our second leader. I don't rate both of them as leaders at all. So if Odegaard is not benched next game against Leeds United, I don't know what the, I'm going back to the favoritism part where Arteta will have his favorites on the pitch. And one last thing, Arteta needs to calm the F down. I've never seen a manager who's hyped and acting like a cheerleader on the sidelines with these all signs and shouting on the players. Man, leave the players play, man. Leave them play, man. All the managers, the elite managers, they give up their game plan and say, hey, guys, this is the plan. This is the way they play. This is the way we want to play. And this is the tactical instructions. And let's go. And he would talk to them in between, in the break, or maybe if there's a chance, he would, give a message to a player, or he would convey the message to his leader on the pitch, which we don't have because Odegaard is just shit. Odegaard is just shit. Absolutely shit. Now, the last thing I want to say before I let Ash go, and I said this before, I told you guys, Arteta has never developed an attacking player in Arsenal Football Club during his tenure. No attacker developed under Arteta. Martinelli regressed. Jesus regressed. Gyökeres regressed. Eze regressed. Odegaard regressed. Even Saka, who just signed a 300k contract, is regressing. Trossard was better when we signed him than Trossard now. So tell me a player that actually improved and developed under Arteta as an attacker. Defensively, I give him credit for that. He built a very strong foundation, a very solid structure when it comes to defense. But the offense, holy moly, what am I watching? What am I watching, guys? I don't know. What am I watching? This team needs to fix up. And now the pressure is creeping in. The pressure is creeping in. And not only that the pressure is from the fans or from the media that you have to win, and if you don't do it, your bottle jobs, yada, yada, yada. But also, I think Arteta is giving them unnecessary pressure. Maybe not to the eye, but we know that if somebody does a mistake, like Saad was mentioning, play the easy ball and don't take risks. If somebody does not follow that instruction, he will be benched. We've seen it with Eze. We've seen it with plenty of players. So no player wants to be benched. So he's afraid of even expressing himself. And that's the problems. And we've talked about it many times. The shackles. And the shackles are still there, by the way. It's still there. That's it, man, for me. I'm hot head, man. I know it's been a day, but still, man, I can't be losing to Manchester United in my gaff, man, like that. I can't.
Yeah. Bro, at home, bro. It's bro, I'll be real, man.
I said I would accept a loss from City if we go to Etihad and we lose 2-1 and we give it a chance and we give it a go. I really don't mind it. I'm not saying we have to be perfectionists here and win every single game, but certain games you don't lose. You don't lose. You don't lose to Manchester United, man.
You know what? It is definitely one of those ones where you don't lose. And listen, here's the thing on Odegaard, just because I wanted to, before Ash goes, I just want to say one thing on Odegaard, yeah? People are saying Odegaard isn't a leader, Odegaard isn't this, isn't that. The reality is Odegaard does exactly what Arteta wants him to do. And he relays that information and he tells the players to do exactly what Arteta's telling them to do. That's the reality of being a captain. You do exactly what the gaffer tells you. You relay that information.
He played Odegaard. He played Trossard. He played Saka. He played Jesus. Look, man. Last 2 seasons we played those players. Repeating the same thing and expecting different result is the definition of insanity, man.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. When we're playing, when the system is open and expansive and attacking. when the system in the 2022-2023 season and the 2023 and 24 season, when it was still open and attacking and we had some sort of attacking threat about us, Odegaard was thriving. When the system closes up and becomes more controlled and more defensive, Odegaard starts dying. And the attacking players start to die slowly, but surely they start to die, bro. I'm telling you, this is the reality is Odegaard does exactly what the gaffer tells him, but that's the problem, is that he does exactly what the gaffer tells him. That is the problem. So listen, I'll be real. If we come out in this in this my main issue, yeah, is that Odegaard is supposed to be the captain and this and that, but the way Arteta actually like keeps on going and keeps on taking him off at 60th minute, 65th minute. Now, is the guy your captain or not? Is he your captain? Do you actually have belief in him that he can change the game or not? Because if he's not,
then why is he replaced?
and if you don't believe
at 60th minute mark,
that's what I'm saying. So if you don't believe in him, because he says that he says, and the players say that they picked him to be their captain.
It's not a democracy, bro. I think the gaffer should choose a proper leader.
Does he want Odegaard to be their captain? Because a captain can't be somebody that the players always pick.
I never seen Henderson being subbed.
No, but I agree with you. And I agree with
as much as I don't rate the player.
I don't understand why are you subbing your captain? Why are you subbing him off? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Because I can understand if he's coming back from injury and you don't want to overplay him and that. Maybe he had risk. We don't know what gets said in the physios. We don't know what he gets told. You got to maintain their minutes. They can only play a certain amount of minutes. We don't know.
Yeah,
but what I do know is that we've gone past the whole whatever it is, yeah. We've gone past the whole period of being worried about injuries. Now we're in the middle of the season, and this guy's still getting subbed off early. I don't understand what he's doing. I don't understand what's going on. What's the relationship between him and Arteta, where he's getting subbed off at the 55th minute? Is insane. When we needed somebody to bring that creativity. It's insane. Anyway, Ash, sorry, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, look, I'll pick on the Odegaard thing first before discussing the game and who's at fault. I've never agreed with the captaincy thing. I don't think there's an issue with the captaincy for me. I mean, we say captaincy, but okay, if Odegaard is stripped of captaincy tomorrow and Rice is given the captaincy, will Odegaard play better? No, he won't. Will Rice play better? No, he won't. No, it's not maybe. There's no maybe. How do we know? The captaincy in your armband does not change the way you play. It does not elevate you. It does not make you play better. Sorry?
Some players or people thrive under pressure and some just crumble.
Yeah, but Odegaard was playing like this even before he was captain. When he joined us in the 21-22 season for half a season, when Lacazette was captain, we were actually considering not signing him in the summer. And that's how we didn't sign him immediately. We signed him way later because we were actually thinking of not signing him because he had an okay debut with us. He was playing exactly the same way. Some good games, some bad games.
It was the Madison. It was the whole Madison thing. We had the Madison.
Yeah, and he wasn't captain at the time. And this is why I'm saying, like, I don't think it has anything to do with captaincy. Bro, he's captain for Norway and he plays incredibly well for Norway. So I don't think it has anything to do with that. If Rice is already playing at a world-class level, if Rice gets the captaincy, he's going to play like at legendary level. He's not. He's going to play the exact same way. I don't think the captaincy is an issue. I don't think it's the player. I generally think, while I blame certain players for the quality they have or the quality they don't have or the quality they lack, I think yesterday has zero to do with the players. I think it's 100% the manager and the system. Because the reality is we have seen this tape over and over again. I've said this before, and I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm going to keep saying it until it sticks in people's heads. Defense doesn't win you championships anymore. It's changed. Football has changed. It's attack that wins you championships. You look at the last 10 Premier League winners, only 3 of them had the best defense. And one of them was City, that also had the best attack, by the way. So it's not like they only had the best defense. 6 other champions had the best attack. but not necessarily the best defense. And they ended up winning the league. And then there was one anomaly, which was obviously Leicester City. We all understand. We all know what that anomaly, what kind of anomaly that was. And there was another season where Chelsea won it. They didn't have the best attack or best defense, but they had one goal less than the best attack. The reason I'm saying all this now is to say, because people keep harping about, oh, the player does this or the player does that. And this is why I blame it on the manager. If you as a manager don't have an overarching message of, we need to attack, attack, and attack. We need to outscore opponents. We need to end the season with the best attack. We need to press like crazy and win the ball back and have majority of the possession and make sure nobody comes to the Emirates and just stands on the ball and takes their own sweet time while we're sitting back and watching them, unless we're winning by 2 or 3 goals. If that is your overarching message, the tactics that gets you to achieve that message is what you're getting paid 15 million a year for. That is now on you, the manager, to figure it out. The best 5 or 6 teams in the last 10 to 15 years, PSG, Liverpool, Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich. These are the best 6 teams. If you go look at the last 10 to 15 years, every single one of them, there's a common theme. It's that attacking comes first, defense comes second. With Arteta, just like Simeone, maybe just like Conte, they don't have that kind of mindset, which is why they don't have the kind of dynasties these managers have or these teams have. Now, why do I blame this 100% on the manager? So a couple of things. One is people will mention a Zubimendi mistake, which is fair. Zubimendi's mistake is an individual mistake. Fair. There's 2 things I blame Arteta on with that mistake. One is, this is the 5th time, maybe 6th, if I'm not wrong. We've done this mistake at least 5 times in less than a year. Saliba did it twice last season against Real Madrid and Crystal Palace. Gabriel did it this season against Bournemouth. Zubimendi did it this season against Spurs, and now again against United. And if I'm not wrong, I could be wrong, but I think even Partey did it against PSG
even against
when they scored
Sunderland.
that first goal. Sunderland?
Yeah. He
This
allowed
season?
Ballard to, this season. The 2-2. He allowed Ballard.
No, but that was not a mistake where we gave the ball away. The Ballard was from a set piece for Sunderland. I'm talking where we have the ball in our defensive third. Yeah, but my point is we have the ball in our defensive third. We get complacent. We try to dribble or pass our way out of trouble. We lose the ball and they score. That's what I'm referring to. It's happened 5 or 6 times in less than a year. So that, for me, I can think about it now and say, is it just that these 3-4 players are shit? And or not shit, but is it just that these 3-4 players are all idiots and made stupid mistakes? Or is it the way we play that lacks urgency that puts us in these kind of situations where some of these mistakes could happen repeatedly? Because I've seen the best of the best players make these mistakes, including Van Dijk, who's one of the best defenders to ever play the game. So that's what I blame Arteta first, because if this has happened multiple times, what have you done to fix it? That's one. 2, okay, Zubimendi makes that mistake. They equalize. First half ends 1-1. Why the hell are you not taking him off at halftime? If I was the manager, I'd be like, this is the second time you've done this season. You need to come off. Mereno or Eze, whoever the hell, come on. Because we didn't end the first half in the ascendancy. We ended it with United in the ascendancy. With United, the ones excited and happy with the first half because they came back and they equalized.
Well,
and
gifted.
Lord behold, gifted. Well, we got an own goal as well.
They were given a gift, and they said, "Yeah, you know what? We are on them now."
Second half, and this is where I'll call out the fraud polemicist, because he comes on my watch along. Big up for showing up polemicist in the watch along, but he says this is not the Bundesliga or whatever. We can't attack, press. Yeah, I have to give him a big up, bro. I might call him a fraud now, but he's a.
By the way, I need you to address something that T said to you because he's calling you out.
I will. Yeah, I will. He says, "Oh, we can't press." And first of all, I'm not saying press for 90 minutes. I know that's not humanly possible, but if you are not winning at your ground until you have a lead, you shouldn't slow down. And even if you have a 1-goal lead, you shouldn't slow down. If you can go for the kill, you go for the kill. We haven't done that. We were 1-0 up. We didn't go for the kill. And now we're 1-1. We're level at home against a shit United team this season. And we're just playing slow, playing passive, We don't have the ball. Martinez and Maguire just stepping on the ball and taking their own sweet time, and we're just standing there and watching them. And I was saying it at the time in the watch along that we're not pressing them, we're not going for it. We're just sitting back. And Lord behold, they just walk through our midfield, play the 1-2, and then Dorgu scores a screamer. That's what happens when you sit back. That's exactly what happens when you sit back.
And invite pressure.
You sit back when you have a comfortable lead. And this is why people tell me the players, it's not the players. It can't be the players. Because this is a managerial instruction clearly. The manager has programmed them to defend, win the ball. And when we have the ball, control it, play slow, don't speed up the counterattacks so we don't lose the ball. Because they're programmed to do this, the whole style looks so dead and bad that sometimes we just end up having these kind of results. And this has happened many, many times over the last 2-3 seasons. Bro, Sami was saying earlier, like, oh, about attackers who haven't scored. I have the stats right here. I actually posted it in the group earlier. This is the number of Premier League games since our attackers, by the way, and I'm including Odegaard in the attack, and Eze as well, because they're 10s, they're playmakers, right? They play behind the striker. This is the number of Premier League games since our attackers have scored, right? Premier League only. Trossard, 4 games. Jesus, 4 games. Both of them scored against Villa. Odegaard, 5 games. Gyökeres, 6, and that was a penalty against Everton. Saka, 9. Eze, 11, which was the Spurs hat-trick. Martinelli, 18, which was the goal against City. And Madueke rounds it up with 0 because he scored 0 goals and 0 assists this season. Now, I think 1 or 2 of these attackers are absolute bumps. There's no saving them. But you cannot convince me that all these attackers, all these players, one of them is world-class in my opinion, and the other ones are at top level, have all suddenly, coincidentally, together, just not started showing up or stopped caring. Because that's what people have been saying since yesterday. The players don't care enough. The players don't want it. Oh, the players, regardless of the manager, should go and do it. That's not how it works. There's a reason why you have a manager despite having professional players play. Otherwise, the manager will just put the lineup and say, go play football, guys. The manager's instructions are what sets them up. You think City press and have possession and play the way they do because of the players, because the players just decided to play that way. It's because it's coached into them by Pep. You think Liverpool and Dortmund on the Klopp were doing the Gengen press because the players just decided to go crazy and press. It's Klopp's system. PSG's footballing style, when they stand, when the opponents are going to take a goal kick and their players stand around the freaking square waiting for the pass to happen so they can run and press. You think that's the players just deciding, hey, let's press now? It's the manager's instructions. It's the way your manager sets you. And our manager sets us up to not lose games, which is why we don't end up playing that kind of style. Because the stats are not lying. The facts are there. The facts are there. And I'll say this because yesterday Brandon said this on the Football Terrace, which for me is an absolute fallacy. He said, the only reason we're going to win the league this season if we win it is because all the teams are shit. That's not the only reason. That's BS. We have been good this season. If we win the league this season, obviously we would have deserved it. The same way Liverpool deserved the league last season. But just like last season, both can exist. Liverpool deserved it last season. If we win it this season, we would have deserved it this season. But if we continue playing this way, just like Liverpool last season, we would have also been lucky that there's been no other challengers. Because if this was City from 3 seasons ago, we definitely don't win the league. 100%. They'd be top by now. We're lucky that our challenges have also been shit. That's just the reality. So people need to stop coming and saying the players, when your system itself is a problem. Okay, sorry, go ahead, guys.
So I need you to reply to T because he was onto you. He said, why didn't you say this when Gyökeres was underperforming? When it's the player that you like, it's suddenly the system. I agree that it's the system, but Odegaard has been bad.
T, I'm going to say this with the utmost respect, and I say this to every Arsenal fan watching, to any Arsenal fan out there. I swear to you guys, and Saad and Sami know me, so they hopefully can vouch. I am not someone who likes to try and be arrogant or cocky or anything like that. I try as much as I can to be humble, but I'm going to sound cocky and arrogant as hell with what I'm going to say next. I pride myself, unlike many, many fans, and I get criticized for this, but I don't give a shit because I know it's right. I pride myself in not having emotional attachments to players or even the manager, because I call them employees of the club, right? So I don't have agendas with players, because I told you guys, and Saad and T know this. I told them 2-3 years ago my favorite player at the club was Martinelli. He's not anymore, but he was. It was Martinelli. And I shit on Martinelli on the regular. And I even say, let's sell him because of how crap he is. I don't have this emotional attachment that some of you guys do. I never once said Odegaard has not been bad. There are some games Odegaard has played well, like the Brighton game, like the Villa game. He was shit. Yes, I don't think he was shit yesterday, by the way. I think he was better than what Eze did, than what Eze showed in the second half. But he wasn't great. I'll give you that. And he was shit for sure the games before that. I have no issue dropping him. In fact, I think he should be dropped now. He should be dropped for not one game. He should be dropped for 3-4 games in a row, even if Eze has a shit game. So I don't have that emotional attachment. With Gyökeres, and I said earlier when I was naming those players and how many games they went without scoring, I said 1 or 2 of them are shit. He's one of them, T. Gyökeres and Madueke are the 2 players I don't think are being affected by the system. Can the system get them to score more? Yes, probably. He would go from 5 to maybe like 8 or 9 goals. That's what the system would probably help him with. That's still shit. That's still not good enough for a striker to do this in the Premier League. The stuff that Gyökeres does is his own mistake. I never once said Odegaard is shit because of the system. Odegaard is shit because he's been shit. But I'm talking about us overall in terms of the way we build and the way we attack. That has something to do with the manager and how he sets up his team. If the manager sets up his team better, players like Odegaard will play better. Players like Saka will play better. Players like your favorite Trossard will play better and score even more goals. Even Jesus, while he will not be a top scorer or an elite scorer because he's never been that player, but he will do a lot better. Like how he did in the 22-23 season when he had like 11 goals and 6 assists or something like that, despite missing 3 months. These players will do better, but they will not play at that highest level, maybe except Saka, who I think is world-class when he's on form. I don't think your Gyökeres fits that description. I think Gyökeres, even if the system is right, will maybe max get 15 Premier League goals, which is not enough in my opinion.
I disagree.
Bro, you want to talk about Gyökeres? We saw the crap he did at the end of the game yesterday. Again, I didn't want to bring it up since you're doing this player agenda.
But that
shit.
wasn't offside anyway.
It wasn't offside. He gave a foul,
Wasn't.
and it wasn't. He blew for a foul, and he only blew for the foul after Gyökeres missed. I watched the replay
Because
so
I kind of saw this the side ref raise his flag.
No. He didn't blow for
offside.
offside. I saw he literally blew for a foul. Basically, what happened is there was a long ball by Raya.
So even if he scored it,
it
would have been a foul, basically, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it would have, because when Raya played the long ball, I think Moreno or maybe one of their players, I can't remember, headed the ball, and Martinez didn't expect it. Gyökeres ran behind Martinez, and he used his body just to shield so that Martinez doesn't turn on him. He didn't shove him. He didn't push him, nothing. The referee went to blow, but he stopped himself. He let the play continue. Gyökeres then does the crap that he does when he freaking overhits it and it goes all the way out. If he just tapped it to Saka or just touched it to Saka, that's a goal because it's an empty net.
That was
right? Only after he skied it, and I watched it again today. Only after he skied it, and you can go watch it if you don't believe me, did the referee blow the whistle. Which means if Saka scored, I guarantee the referee probably doesn't blow. He lets it go to VAR to see what happens, and VAR probably check it and say, oh, actually, that wasn't a foul. And even if the referee blew for it after the goal was scored, VAR can intervene. And VAR would have checked and seen, oh, actually, it's not a foul because he didn't push Martinez. Martinez just fell. So that actually would have counted. So I can easily say your player cost us a draw, but I'm not doing the player agenda because I think there's a bigger issue than what Gyökeres did yesterday.
There is. Here's the thing. There is a player agenda, not player agenda. There is a bigger thing in the system and the attacking style that we do. This and that. Like, it's not about picking sides. It's not about this, not about that. But the only issue I have, right now is about how we can improve the attacking, the way that we attack, the way that we press teams, the way that we need to change this mentality from teams who want to be conservative and score a goal and then defend it, and teams who want to score a goal and say, right, we've made them concede. Now they're gonna come out to us. Now let's go and let's continue to press them. Let's suffocate them. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to become. I want to have my attackers doing attacking work. My defense is good enough. Saliba, Gabriel, Timber and Calafiori at left back. These men are good enough. They're good enough to be. I'll show you a comment when T comes back. These players are good enough to defend, bro, by themselves. Yeah, they are good enough to defend by themselves. They don't need freaking people holding their hands. They do it anyway. How many times are we caught where it's just Gabriel and Saliba back there, and they have to defend? How many times does that happen? It would happen less if we were attacking, and if we were higher up on the pitch. You know that it would happen less because we're pressing. I know exactly what Arteta says. I know exactly what the system is. Well, actually, I don't know if it's actually the system. I don't know whether sometimes the players are just brain dead or is Martin Odegaard just being told something else? Because every time Martin Odegaard is the only one pressing. Why is Martin Odegaard the only one who presses and runs around like a headless chicken, chasing the ball and chasing, man, and trying to apply pressure? But then I see Trossard sitting there like just staring around and just looking at people. And I see Saka on the other head like donkey, just like this. Oh. Why does it happen? Why does that happen? I don't understand why that happens. Why do we have one person doing the press when we could have 4 players doing the press? You have your right winger, your left winger, your striker, and the 10, which Odegaard isn't even a 10, he's an 8, but we're forcing him to play in this 10 position because for some reason we just want to play him in that position because we're completely like, you know, misprofiling him badly, which has been done for years. But regardless, let's exit that because people don't want to speak about the fact that Odegaard. But I don't even care because I'm not trying to make it like a player thing.
He's not an 8, guys. His best performances for us have been as a 10.
The overall system needs a change. The mentality of some of these players needs a change because the mentality is fucked, royally fucked. Go ahead, Sami. Sorry, because you want to say something.
It is, man. But you know what? I would try him as an 8 long time ago, but not this game. But I would try him as an 8, and moreover, I would be more.
He's an 8, though, bro. Ash, sorry, Sami. Ash, the reason why I say he's an 8, bro, the guy's a tempo setter, bro. The guy is meant to be deep on the pitch. I know you're saying that the best
is a creative player.
I know. No, but hold on. I know that you're saying the best that we've seen from him is as a 10, but bro, he's somebody who'll pick the ball from deep and he'll try and bring it forward.
Also,
bro, a 10,
what do you mean? He doesn't do that, though. He doesn't make runs.
Hold on, he does make the runs. Every time we see him, like Sad was mentioning, every time we see him, he's trying to press. So he has the athleticism, he has the stamina.
Yes, as a 10, I'm saying, not as an 8.
No, he can play the role box to box, I would say. He can. I'm not saying this is his best role, but maybe he can, man. We haven't seen him there, bro. You can't come here and tell me he can't.
Guys, we have seen him as a footballer. We've seen his traits as a footballer. He doesn't win the ball back the way Rice and Zubimendi do.
But you cannot say that he cannot play as an 8. I'm sorry, you cannot make that judgment. Neither can we say, but
that's the reality, though. He can't defend.
He makes interceptions. He makes interceptions, Ash. Me and you agreed with this last time, bro. In the last stream, bro, we said that he makes
interceptions as a 10 when he's pressing, not like tackles and when he gets into physical battles.
Look, what's your reference here, Ash? Your reference here is Declan Rice, for instance. Obviously, he's in the same as Declan Rice in terms of defensive attributes. I'm not saying he's better than Rice as a defender, obviously not. I'm not saying that. But when you are expected to dominate the game and you're going to have the majority of the possession and you're going to play a low block and you know that you're going to play a low block majority of the game, then why you don't play him as an 8 and play as a 10? Why you don't have the balls to do that?
Yeah.
Why
that won't fix our problem. This goes back to what you were saying earlier.
Bro, listen. What I'm trying to say, you are man. Listen, if you are repeating the same shit and it's not working for you, then you have to change something.
That's not the something
Ash, you have to change something. And not only that, his substitutions are shit, bro. Martinelli is considered to be our super sub, and we all here know that he's been our super sub this season, and he hasn't really played a game. Trossard was shit. Why he didn't play Martinelli, man? He played Madueke, and he shifted Saka to the left, man. Man, this guy has something wrong in his brain, bro, man.
I completely agree with that.
Bro, I saw that, you know.
So it's
You know
not
when I saw that?
crazy. So sorry, Sad. It's not crazy for me to say, okay, I'm gonna play Odegaard and Eze both. Spontaneous. It's not crazy.
Sami, that will not fix anything, because let's say Odegaard and Eze are playing together in the 8, right? One is an 8 and Eze as a 10. That does not speed up your game, because the manager has still told them, don't lose the ball.
But it gives you more creativity, right? It gives you more creativity, right?
But the creativity, there'll be no point of creativity if we are doing it from our half. Creativity has to be when we are pressing, winning the ball back, and now that we have pinned out the team, then I'll agree with you. Yes, let's say if we're playing against a team.
Ash, we don't do shit in the final third, Ash. We're just sitting there playing rainbow freaking football, like you know, go to the left, go to the right, and that's it.
You're saying it.
That's it.
But Sami, you're saying the problem. You're saying the problem, Sami.
I'm not saying something crazy here, guys. I don't know.
No, but
we don't create, not because when teams are pinned back, we cannot break low blocks. Because when teams play low blocks against us all game and they just sit back and do nothing, we actually break them down. Whether it's through corners, whether it's through balls, whether it's just through crosses, whether it's through passes. We have done that many, many times. We've created the second most big chances in the league this season. Our problem is we don't even
get.
But
you just brought up the stats, Ash, about the attackers, that they haven't scored from open goal since 4 games. I think was it
correct?
The minimum?
Correct, and that's what I'm trying to say. For me, our issue is that every single time we don't have the ball, and actually even when we have the ball, we are too slow and passive. So no matter who, even if he plays with 7 strikers, it's going to be the exact same issue, because the way he sets up the team, he doesn't just put the lineup and say, Eze, Odegaard, do what you do best. He doesn't do that. He says, Eze, Odegaard, today you're playing here. You need to track this runner. Make sure you come back here. Make sure you come back here. Oh, when we have the ball, don't rush. Don't play a counter-attack. Slow down, slow down. We need to control the ball, control the ball. So it doesn't matter where they play. They have to follow the manager's instructions and do that crap. This is why I'm telling you, bro, we saw Eze and Odegaard play
which
together.
I mentioned, right? This is the shackles that we're talking about, what I mentioned.
Got injured, we didn't create a single proper chance. We were just keeping the ball, We were so slow, even though Eze and Odegaard were playing together, and nothing changed. The guy who actually changed the game for us was Zubamendi, who came and gave the through ball and actually opened up the game a lot for us. But that also came only from a very slow build-up, because West Ham, and I don't blame them because it's worked for them the last 2-3 seasons, decided we just want to sit in a dirty low block, and if we can hit you on the counter, we'll hit you. It didn't work because this time we were better defensively, and we managed to finally get a goal. We scored 1 penalty goal, and I can't remember who scored. I think that's
about West Ham. We're talking about last. So
that's right. The reason I'm mentioning the West Ham game is because we started Eze and Odegaard.
No, that's a different context. I don't see the connection here. I'm sorry, but please.
The connection is because the team was slow. Starting Eze and Odegaard didn't change anything, right? But there are certain games, like for example Newcastle, where we started Rice, Zubamendi, and Eze. So it's not the midfield you guys are asking for, and we ripped them apart. We should have been 3-4 goals up that first half, right? Even though we didn't start 2-8s.
Yeah. And when it doesn't work,
that game changed. Because the system that game changed. I asked them to attack more.
No, but
we've seen it.
We've seen it in the. But here's the thing: we've seen it in the Champions League. We've seen that
Champions League is different, and that's
it's not different. That's what they want you to believe. It's not different.
No, I understand. Look, I understand. I'm a guy who'll tell you I would love to see Arsenal play the similar that we played in the Champions League in the league. But unfortunately, that's a huge question mark. Why?
Ash is right. Listen, when Ash is right, when he says that there's no jeopardy, because we're already like clicking and we're already doing a madness. Yeah, it's better for him. It's easier for him to play an expansive, open style, attacking style of football. He's shown us that he can do it. So this motherfucker is just sitting here and making us go through torture every weekend because he wants to do it his way. He wants to play that way in the Premier League. That in the Premier League, you have to play that way. Go back and look at the. Shall I tell you which is the perfect? What will explain to you what Ash is trying to say. When you look at the Zubamendi, before we gave them the ball, Rice passes the ball to Zubamendi. That was meant to be a 1-2 because he dropped the shoulder, went past the man that was marking him, and wanted the ball back in his stride so he could move forward with it. Zubamendi gets the ball, looks at him making a run, and it's a clear pass. Zubamendi is good enough to make that pass clear, quick, and then Rice would have it in the stride. It would be able to just go. Instead of Zubamendi making that pass, he says, "No, I'm going to pass it to Saliba because he's a safe option."
And that's another evidence of the system, because not playing 1-2 when the other guy's making a run is a clear intent.
Look,
this is
guys,
by the way,
it's the same system. By the way, the system is the same in the Champions League and in the league, but the difference is the teams that you play in the UCL, the likes of Inter Milan, the likes of Bayern, even whatever team you want to, Club Brugge, whatever. Those teams in their respective leagues, they are the best there, right? They are the best in Belgium. They are the best in Italy. So they're not going to sit back and just watch you press them. They will attempt to attack, and the system kind of works in our favor because we hit them in the transition very fast, and I liked seeing that. Amazing. But the problem is, for me, it's the same system. We apply it in the Premier League with the teams that are playing low blocks, just like Manchester United did, just like Nottingham Forest did, and when we don't find a solution, it's just a dry well for Arteta. And that's my problem with Arteta. It's a dry well for Arteta.
Which is why I agree, Sami, which is why I'm saying in the Premier League he needs to attack more.
It's a systematic.
Yeah, but the guy's saying, is it different? No, it's not different. I'm just also replying to the guys in the comments saying it's different. Yes, it's different.
But let me just say to you one thing, yeah. The fact that he doesn't pass that ball to Rice.
Okay.
This is where I have to start to understand what's going on with some of these players, and is Arteta's message like what's Arteta telling these players? Because I feel like he's giving them free reign, but saying you must keep the ball, make the safe pass always. Yeah, because I don't understand. Rice makes that run. Yeah, let me just go back to what I was saying. Rice makes that run, and then when he doesn't receive the ball, he's fucking pissed. He's fucking like, bro, what are you doing? He's pissed. Looking at him. So he was expecting him to make that run. So is this a managerial thing, or is that Zubamendi?
It is a managerial thing. But
I think he's given these players, he's saying you must be 100%. If the pass is not 100%, or you have any doubt that you won't make it, you have any doubt that you won't make it, don't make that pass. That's what he's telling them. And that
because he's holding the whip, he's holding the whip and waiting, if you fuck up, slack, and he's gonna be benched. That's it. That's why they are doing the safe passes. They are so, I don't know if I can call insecurity that within the player that is creeping in, that they're not taking the risk and not expressing themselves, especially the creative players, especially Eze, especially Nwaneri. I'm not even creative. I'm going to say the attacking players, and that's why I'm going back to my points where I said none of the attackers actually developed and thrived under Arteta, barring Saka probably, and even Saka, I'm seeing a regression from him right now. That's the thing, man, and I don't think Arteta has it in his pocket to develop attacking players. So instead of getting a long throw coach, get somebody who will help your attackers, how to break plays, how to pass, I don't know, some sort of, I'm not a UEFA licensed coach, but I'm saying is, obviously, where you lack. So you pinpoint the problem. You say, okay, this is what I need. I need somebody to teach those players how to get over a low block, how to finish better, how to shoot from outside better, and that's what I don't see, man. I don't see that in Arsenal. And unfortunately,
you're dealing with football players are stubborn.
What do you mean stubborn?
When they reach a managerial position, they're even more stubborn. It must be their way. He's from the Pep school. Pep is always my way. It's my way. If I tell you,
so we all know he's a disciple from Pep.
So do it. If I tell you to play a certain
my way or the highway, is that what you're saying?
That's exactly where it is. But this is the problem: is that you look at Pep, exactly the same. Apart from Pep actually found out how to do the attacking thing. Yeah.
But sad, you cannot have this attitude, and you're not even hitting 45 years old. You cannot have this attitude.
Yes,
you're a young manager who won fuck all in this game.
This is the problem. They do, because they all do. Pep has it. Maresca has it.
I understand it.
Maresca has it. Maresca has it.
It has
and
credit
Mikel Arteta.
side.
I
But what
understand.
does
I
Arteta
understand that
have?
they have. No, but I understand that they got credit in the bank. Yeah.
Yes.
But Arteta
Yes.
got them, even though he's won an FA Cup. But listen, that's regardless of the
Okay.
point. That's regardless of the point. But
Yeah.
if you, I see multiple managers that worked under Pep have this, bro. That trait is so like, if you don't have the right system, it's so bad, because this manager will sink you. He might win a Premier League. He won't do the domination thing like Pep did, or like Sir Alex Ferguson did. Do you know what I mean? He won't do that. And that's what we want as a fans. We don't want just one Premier League and then we're out. And then that's it. We'll stay for another few years without a Premier League. We don't want that. We want a Premier League that continuously challenge. You're on mute, Ash.
Yeah, we're setting up a metric here that is awful, man.
Bro, right now we're pacing. Last year we scored 74 goals in the Premier League, which was our worst in 3 seasons. This season so far we're pacing towards 71 goals. 71
There
goals.
you go.
And then
There
people
you
talk
go.
about, oh no, we attack, or we don't attack enough. It is 100% a managerial issue. Some people are like
Thank you.
dense, they don't understand what we mean, because they'll say dumb shit like, oh, you think the manager is telling them not to attack? No, I think he's not emphasizing enough on attacking. I think when he goes at halftime, or when he has his team talk before the game, he doesn't talk enough about pressing, winning the ball in the final third, attacking, holding them, pinning them to their defense, taking shots, playing through balls, taking risks. Lose the ball, it's fine. Do we lose the ball? We'll win it back, attack again in the same position.
How many goals do you have right now, Ash? Since you just looked at the
40,
stat,
I think it's 40 in it.
Sorry?
how many goals we have so far? Since you pulled out the stat,
we have 33
in the league, right? We're talking about only the league.
So we have in the Premier League. We have 42 goals in the Premier League, out of which only 20 are open play.
15 of them is corners.
Of our goals, 48% of our goals this season in the Premier League are from open play. 31% are from set pieces. 10% are from own goals. 7% are from penalties, and then 5% is from counterattacks. Thank God for that. 2 goals, which is 2 goals.
And don't forget own goal. He's top scorer in our squad.
No,
I said 10% is own goal.
10%.
Whereas Man City,
oh my
Man City, 64% of their goals this season have been from open play, because they take risks, they open up teams. Look, they might not win shit this season, and this is where I'll give a lot of credit to Pep. He might end the season trophyless, right? But the reason why he's one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest, the criticism people give him for the Bodo Glimt games and these other games where he plays a high line, I don't blame him for that. The criticism people give Hansi Flick for the way he played against Inter Milan last season, the high line, suicidal high line, blah, 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 and then got knocked out.
Chelsea
I don't blame them. Yeah, and against Chelsea. I don't blame them, because when you look at what they've won and how dominant they have been, actually, they probably know better. Because they're like, you know what? I'll lose sometimes, but I'll win more often than I lose. This is why one has both of them have trebles. This is why Hansi Flick won a domestic treble last season as well. Why Pep has been winning all these trophies, because he's like, I will not change my style. Yes, I'll probably have some bad seasons like this season, like last season, and this season's not even over. He might fix it. But more often than not, I will win. And I will win more trophies than anyone else. And that's why the right way to play football now is attack. You know how different football has changed now? 20 years ago, when, and again, I'm not saying Fergie was wrong when he said defense wins you championships. I think it applied back then. Because back then, there was no such thing as low blocks and park the bus and all that stuff. Games were a lot more open. You could be playing against the worst team in the league, and even they would commit some people forward and try to attack you. They would not have everyone behind the ball every single time. Which is why at that time, defense winning championships made sense.
Fergie used to go for the win, Ash.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm saying at that time, the emphasis on defense made sense, because you are now doing something that's breaking the norm, where you're actually being solid defensively, not allowing other teams to score against you. Now every team plays a defensive game. If you look at the goal scoring numbers, they're worse than ever this season than the previous seasons. Because all teams are so adamant on not conceding, which is why the teams that attack best and go to break the deadlock more are the ones that end up being more successful. And Arteta's going
That's
in
true.
the opposite direction.
That's true, Ash, and I'm afraid that, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I really don't recognize my team anymore. This is not the Arsenal that I supported, and I'm really worried that this is the DNA that's gonna be instilled into our club. And look at even now at the recruitment, for instance. What is the closest player we are negotiating with? One defender called Victor Valdepeñas or whatever from Real Madrid. A defender. It's like we lack defenders. No, we don't go for
on
the
your
attacking.
point, Sami.
Yeah.
Sorry, just on that point you mentioned. If we don't win the league this season, or we don't win any major, like the league or the Champions League, I don't give a shit. But even if we win the Carabao Cup, I don't give a shit. I swear.
That's not enough.
We don't
That's
win the
not
league.
enough. It's not enough.
If we don't win the league or the Champions League this season, do you know what the bigger problem will be? Not just that we didn't win anything major and we bottled it, and that this idiot is still here. It's the fact that we had to watch disgusting football to win nothing.
Yes.
Like, if we play this shitty football and we end up winning the league and the Champions League, or even one of them, I'll say it was worth it. For one season, at least it's worth it. If we play this crap football and somehow win nothing major, so you were neither entertained, neither did you didn't have a good time watching your team play, nor did you end up celebrating towards the end of the season. You got the worst of both sticks. Disgusting, man. Yeah,
man. We'll see, man. I mean, by the end of the season, we'll see where we're gonna be. I mean, yes, I'm not gonna lose my head entirely, but it was a disgusting performance from Arsenal. But overall, I hope this is complete. I mean, pure hopium from me that we don't see this again, because I think we are one game away from losing this title, because we're gonna play Man City at Etihad, and if we draw or lose to any team from now onward, I think the league is gone. That's what I think, because I don't think we're gonna win against City at Etihad, especially if we are in the last run. I would say the last 10 games of this season. I don't think our players or the coach can handle the pressure.
1,000,000% if we don't change our playing style and attack more. And if City fix up, I don't think City will fix up, because I think they have more problems than us, especially defensively. I know they signed Guehi.
Don't you think they kind of fixed it a little bit with Guehi and Semenyo? Just a little bit. I'm not saying.
Look, Semenyo, no, because their issues not
Guehi
attack.
looks good. Guehi looks good.
Exactly, but it was against the bottom of the league, Wolves. To be fair, I can argue that 2-0 against the worst team in the league is not the greatest. So I'll say this, yeah. If we play the exact same way, and City fix up somehow, like let's say Guehi turns out to be revolutionary for them, and Diaz comes back and starts playing well, and they click, we're 100% not winning the league. 1,000,000% we're not winning the league. If they click and we play attacking football and go for it and actually start banging teams out of the park, then 100% we're winning the league, regardless of what City do. The problem now is we know Arteta's not going to change. So I'm just sitting here every day praying City don't figure it out. This season at least.
Listen,
unfortunately our hope.
I personally don't think that they are going to figure it out. Even against Wolves, one reoccurring theme was their midfield getting ran through and players being able to make chances. The only reason why they didn't get a goal conceded was because Wolves are shit. Let's call a spade, bro. They're shit. If Wolves were good, they would have actually put hands on them, bro, and said, "You know what? You've let us through here. You've given us a good opportunity. We'll put it to good use." And the people who are saying, "Why you counting Villa out, bro? Villa are not doing anything, bro.
Guys,
please,
Stefan, let's stop it.
Come on, bro. Come on, Stefan, bro. Come on, man. Let's not do that, bro. Let's behave.
There's a bigger bottle job than Arteta when it comes to leagues. It's Emery. Like, come on, man. I know they had a good result this weekend beating Newcastle. That was very, very surprising for me, but it's come on. They lost at home to Everton the week before that. Like, they're not going to continue that. It's just
sorry, T said this to you, but you walked away.
I don't do favorites. You're just painting it that way because it's an easy argument. I said it's a system issue from day one. No, the problem, T, is that... Okay, so T, I'll ask you this question. And I'll answer it for you since I don't think you're here now. And because I know what your answer is going to be. If Arteta fixes the system and starts playing a lot more attacking, how many goals do you think Gyökeres scores. You'll probably say 20 plus league goals, and I disagree. I think even if we play attacking football like how we did in the 22-23 season, the best Gyökeres does, the best he does, is 15 goals. The best. And I'm saying, like, assuming he had a fantastic season and he takes a few penalties as well. That's where you and I disagree. I'm saying even if the system improves, he doesn't end up being the striker we're looking for.
He's still
I
here.
want a striker where yeah, exactly. There you go. I want a striker where if our system is good, like the 22-23 season, in terms of the attacking system I'm talking about, actually our overall system was amazing in 22-23, even defensively. It's just that we ended up losing Saliba. We had Rob Holding play some games. I'm not going to get into that much detail there. But if we play like the 22-23 season and we attack that way, I want a striker who can get me 20 plus goals like every season, like how Isak at his pump and Haaland almost guarantees it, and Kane and these kind of strikers. And I don't think this is where you and I disagree. This is where you and I disagree, T, because you're saying Gyökeres would score 20 plus goals, and I disagree. I think he would score 15 at best. So that's what I'm saying. It's not system for me with Gyökeres. Maybe you're right. I don't know, but I haven't seen enough from the player, because I can tell you attributes I've seen of Odegaard, attributes I've seen of Eze, attributes I've seen of maybe not Madueke. Madueke, I think, is an absolute bum. I've said it from day one. Nobody can change my mind. I put him as flop of the season, and you guys laughed at me. You laughed at me because he had a freaking goal against Bayern and said, "Oh, look, do you take it back?" Turns out, Ash, you were right. Sorry, you were wrong. Sol's the fraud, the freaking the Kelb Sols. When you get back from your vacation,
from the bottom of the heart.
Yeah, when you come back from your vacation, you absolute pussyo. Yeah, I'm gonna roast your ass live on stream. Yeah, I'm gonna roast you live on stream. You
but Ash, I want to ask you this.
Sorry, Sami, 1 second. Because this bitch that I said in the summer, getting Madueke is worse than getting no one, because we would have probably played Waneri over there, and Waneri's a better player.
I agreed with you there. I agree with you.
Said, no, are you really saying getting someone is better than getting nobody's getting better than getting someone? Yes, I said it. When it comes to Madueke, I said it. Because the reality is, if we didn't get Madueke, Waneri would have probably got more games as a right winger, whether he likes it or not, and he would have done a lot better than this garbage footballer who came off the bench, supposed to change the game, right? Forced our best attacker to go play out of position so he could do his damage on the right, and freaking kicks the ball outside, overruns his freaking balls, overruns it. You know who does that? You know who overruns his games when he's running from the wing? Who overruns his passes? Sols, because I play football with him, and he's the same garbage. He does the same shit. He thinks he can overtake everyone, and he overruns the ball. No wonder he likes Madueke.
I swear, I love when Ash gets vexed, bro. He just starts like I could tell that he was spitting at his mic, bro.
But I have a question for you both.
One thing that garbage player.
I noticed something about Arteta is, and here's the thing about attackers, is they always need the confidence more than others. And the reason why I say this, because once they start and have the taste of scoring goals, I think they continue to do that. And I've seen Arteta plenty of times when a player does very well, he benches those players. And I don't know why. We've seen it with Madueke when he scored against Club Brugge. He scored a banger, by the way, probably the best Arsenal goal of the season. And he benched him the next game. Martinelli, last game, he had a brilliant game. I would say brilliant, but a good game with a Trevilla pass. I didn't even know that he can do a Trevilla pass. And he's benched. And he didn't even get a single minute against Manchester United. And Gyökeres as well scored a good goal against Inter Milan. Benched, you know. So what is it with Arteta not rewarding, I would say, the players, especially the attackers, that are scoring goals or you know, performing in such a level, and they are rewarded with sitting on the bench? What do you guys think about that?
He's been doing stuff like this. This is nothing new. He's been doing stuff like this.
But what motivates the players to play well? If I'm gonna get benched anyway, you know what I mean? What motivates me as a player, man?
But this whole thing, yeah, I'm actually sick and tired of it, bro. I'm sick and the thing is, forget about the whole. I know you're asking a question about like why does he do this? This is just the way Arteta is. Arteta needs to get out of this mindset of like what he does, because sometimes his substitution can be horrid. Sometimes his selection can be horrid for picking someone who deserves to start. And then on top of that, bro, the systematic issue which we've done our due diligence on and looked back at the stats. We've looked at everything and compared it, bro. You can see that this guy just, I don't know. It's just like, it's like he's trying to sabotage the team. That he's trying to make it so hard to win this league when it was a slam dunk, bro. It was a home run. Can you imagine if we beat Forest and Liverpool, bro? Where we'd be at right now?
We should be
Bro,
11 points clear.
11 points clear. If we were 11 points clear, and we lost to Man United in this stream right now, we'd be laughing. We'd be like, all right, then. It is where it is. Do you know what I mean? We lost. Let them have their day of fun. Let them have their little day of cooking. It is where it is. We're still 9 points clear. Because when it was time to capitalize, we capitalized. And we made sure to give ourselves enough of a gap where Man are just giving up. Man City are giving up. But we are the club that always gives hope. This manager, like, this probably doesn't even have it doesn't even have anything to do with the question that you're asking, but I'm just livid, bro. So I'm just
and this is why I said yesterday, and Terry, the fraud on the football terrorist, clipped it and put it as a clip, and he put Arsenal fan says he's happy they lost, and I know what he's doing, the freaking clickbait fraud, because he wants to get views on it, which is fine, I don't mind. And this is why I said when we were at a point where it was clear that we're going to lose. And wallahi, I'm still saying it now, so you guys know I'm not saying it out of rage. Because maybe some people think I said it in the emotion. I'm still saying it a day later. If there was a choice between losing or drawing that game, Uqsim billah, wallahi, I'm 100% genuine. I would rather take a loss. Because
United game.
Yeah, because if it's between a loss and
a draw,
I'll explain to you why. Because for me, let's say we came back and drew that game 3-3, yeah?
Okay.
Knowing Arteta, he's going to look at it and say, we came back twice in this game. Twice we were down. Twice we came back. It was just a rough day It was just a bad day at work. It's fine. We'll play the same way and we'll get it done. He wouldn't have changed it.
I'm sorry, Ash.
Because for him, it's not flawed because we saw it against Liverpool and against Forest. He didn't change anything because he believed there was nothing wrong.
Because you're worried about the narrative. Is that why? To lose points.
The stuff he said yesterday, Sami, the stuff he said yesterday after the game, I take the fault for it. And obviously he said some other crap like, I don't know why it's happening. I don't know if it's mentality, blah, blah. Wallahi, he wouldn't have said that if they drew the game.
You wouldn't.
The reason I'm saying I'm happy with a loss is for the long-term benefit. Because I genuinely believe now that loss will hurt him because there's no positives to take. There's positives you can take from a draw. There is zero positives you can take from a loss like this, where now he will actually go and say, he might. So
you're saying it's a wake-up call and a reality check? Is that
exactly? It might be. It might be. Look, he might play the same crap against Leeds, maybe. But I'm saying now there's a better chance. He thinks and says, hit. So Liverpool and Forest weren't just bad days at work. It was actually a trend. United was not like we didn't escape. We played like garbage. So maybe I should change. Remember when we came back from Dubai in the 23-24 season and suddenly the team looked different? He said, screw it, let's go for it. Because we were not even leading by the time. We were 5 points behind or something. We were 5 points behind Liverpool. We had nothing to lose. That's it, it's over. We said, might as well go for it. And he switched up and he said, let's go attack. Which is why I'm praying that this loss now will hurt him so much that he'll go like, screw it, let me just go for it. Let me try and attack a lot more. My only problem now is, and this is going to sound so funny. You know how they say we want some of these shit games to come so that we can forget the loss quickly? I actually think the Kairat Almaty comes at a bad time. Because we probably will slap them tomorrow 4-5-0 or after tomorrow, whatever the game is. 4-5-0 by default because they are shit. They're just not good. We could start a second team and probably win 5-0. So if we end up playing and slapping them up, I pray that Arteta doesn't look at that game and say, oh, we were back. We attacked a lot better. He's not stupid, so I'm hoping he's not going to actually look at it and say, yeah, Kairat Almaty, we're back. I'm hoping he understands that's just a blip. And you know how I'll know this? I'll know this with how the players react. If the players, after scoring against Kairat Almaty, go all berserk and start celebrating like crazy, it'll mean like they're still not hurt they're not hurt by the United defeat. They've moved on. And that, for me, is a problem as well.
I just want to listen. I just want to show one thing, yeah, or two things. Firstly, I want to go over like what Patrick Vieira said yesterday, and then the reaction from the manager to what he said. Yeah, can you lot see this? Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
It feels tense. I think you can see that both teams losing the ball, they really try to get back 10 players plus the goalkeeper behind the ball. So the feeling is that there is no risk. There's too many passes going backwards and not forwards.
Do you want them to be braver then?
I would want them to be a little bit more brave, to take a little bit more risk, to play a little bit more forward and try to find those players between the line.
When you look where Arsenal in the league and how they're doing in the other competitions, you're thinking that they'd be full of confidence. We saw the same against Forest last week, previously against Liverpool. They look tentative and they look very, very predictable going forward.
Thank you.
Exactly. How is that on the players? How is that not a managerial issue? And I'm telling you, Vieira actually means Arteta, but obviously he's not going to slag him in public, in front of everyone.
And then just to confirm, this was Arteta's reaction, or this was Arteta's comments to that.
That's fine. I mean, we accept every opinion where it comes and where it's coming from, and they will have the right reasons to say it. At the end, we have to show the mental strength that we have on the pitch when it comes to match day. And we were absolutely brilliant in Milan, and today we weren't that good. I don't know if it was mental because how much they play, but because we were poor, especially aspects of the game, than against a team that when you make those mistakes, they can punish you big time. And that was the difference.
The way that he even had the audacity to say, maybe because of the amount of games that we played. No, don't fucking start bringing that bullshit up about the games that we played. No, don't bring that fucking shit. Because why is it that...
What about Liverpool and Forest? They played as many games as us almost. What about them? How come we didn't play well against them? Because if you're trying to say United are only playing 40 games a season, so they're not playing as many games as us and they have 1 week break, what about Liverpool and Forest? Oh, we were brilliant against Inter Milan. Because Inter Milan opened up against you. Because Inter Milan attacked against you. They didn't just sit back. So when we attacked back, we had spaces. That Gyökeres goal that he scored, bro, there were 3 defenders only at the back. It was Gyökeres and Saka versus 3 players.
He doesn't even address the thing that pisses me the fuck off, yeah, is he doesn't even address the point that he said you don't take no risks. Address it. Tell us what it is. Tell us what's wrong, Arteta. If you don't want to take risks and you say, listen, my main issue with risk.
So your point was flawed, Ash. Then it will hurt him.
What will hurt him?
That this loss would have hurt him and changed his mind and all that crap. I mean, we're hearing the same.
No. I mean,
the same shit.
No.
He's already saying that
he's trying to justify what went wrong. That doesn't mean he's not hurt. By the way, from the way he's talking, you could tell he's hurt. But I'm saying it might hurt him behind the scenes to the point where he makes a change in this coming game against Leeds. Now he might not. I'm in fact, if I had to bet, and I'm not a betting man, of course, astaghfirullah. But let's say I had to bet, I'd probably bet that he doesn't change. But there's a better chance he changes if we lose versus if we draw. Because if we draw, I promise he doesn't come out saying all this in the press conference. He comes out saying, look, not the result we wanted.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. We'll see later.
And Vieira said one thing that was so key about we don't play between the lines. We don't try to take enough risks through the middle. Between the lines literally means if there's players... You know how Dorgu and Bruno Fernandes played through the lines in the middle and then Dorgu scored that screamer? That's what it means. We a lot of times default to going out on the wings and crossing in because we're too scared to play a risky ball through the middle because we're like, oh shit, if we play a risky ball through the middle, there's a good chance it'll get intercepted and we get counterattacked on. What's the point of us saying we have the best centre-back pairing if we're scared of leaving them to deal with counterattacks? I by the way, let me tell you this. I rate our defenders more than Arteta does. I promise you that. Because I'm not scared of seeing Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, and Hincapié, who was playing left back, deal with counterattacks. And Zubimendi or Rice, whoever. I'm not scared of that. I know they'll handle it. Arteta clearly is not that confident. Because when he gets everyone to sprint back every single time in every counterattack, even if they're only attacking with 4 or 5 players, the other team, that means you don't trust your defenders to deal with it. Because you're not leaving players like Saka and others to stay front and attack teams and hurt them where it can matter when we win the ball back, which is most of the time. Saka said this, and I posted this in our group today. Saka said this last year after the PSG game, and I've said this last and I'm saying it again. Saka came after the PSG game when we beat them 2-0 and said, all of us, the attackers at Arsenal, we're all attack-minded. We want to attack. We want to score goals. We want to go up front more. But obviously, we have to follow the manager's instructions and come back and defend, because he's been putting that message in our head about defending and the importance of that game. Now, Saka was not trying to diss Arteta. He's trying to explain that why he has to track back and do all the defensive work and why he doesn't attack as much as he should be. But indirectly, that is a diss on Arteta. That's clear from the mouth of the best player at the club, that the manager himself has been building this message in their head. You need to defend, you need to defend, you need to defend. Instead of saying you need to attack, you need to attack, you need to score. We see documentaries of Pep talking to City players, telling them, my friends, you know why Messi is the best. You know why Messi is the best? Because he see the ball, he smelled the goal, he go for it, he smelled the goal. You see why Messi is the best? This is the message he's telling them. You don't see him in the Amazon documentary talking about, oh, you see why Chelsea 2004-2005 is the best? Because they were running and defending back. He doesn't talk about that shit. He yells at his players when they don't attack and they don't commit players forward. He's sitting there in the freaking training of Man City a couple of years ago, saying, Gundogan, I love you. This is why we won the league, because you're making those runs inside. He's praising his players for making runs inside the box, which is the right thing to do. Arteta probably praises the players for defending and winning the ball back. Oh, you made a good tackle, amazing. Oh, you dribbled past two and scored? Oh, good job. But just don't lose the ball next time. It's just stupidity, man.
Yeah,
I would take Total Eclipse, to answer your question. I would take Klopp football. But I've said this before. Even if Arteta wins the league this season, if you tell me sack him and get Luis Enrique, Klopp, Pep, Hansi Flick, I'm not going to go like, no, but he won the league, so let's give him loyalty. Enough. I told you, I don't have attachments to the employees of the club. If there's someone better, even if he wins me the league this season, yeah, go get me that guy who's better. I would take Klopp over Arteta any day of the week. Klopp with this team would have probably been 10 points ahead by now.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I went on a crazy ramble.
Yeah, I just, the thing is, I will say this, yeah, with this Arteta thing, yeah, Arteta, you can see that this has hurt him. You can see that it's hurt him from the fact that he's saying it's my fault. This, like, we need
Can't
to
even look straight.
You can see him like he looks. What do you say?
Sami said he can't even look straight at the camera.
Yeah, but he always has this weird.
Or at the person he's talking. Yeah.
Yeah, but this
No. When he answers with confidence, he looks at the guy, he looks at the camera, he looks straight. But now
Exactly.
he's like.
But this is an issue. This is a massive issue. If he can't start to, because this is what really gets me mad, is that if I am a journalist, I'm asking him these questions. These men have got to. These men come in with the prep questions. I understand that they come in with the prep questions. But my questions that I want to put through is I want to speak about this. I want to speak about why do you not take enough risks? When can we start to see an attacking improvement for players such as Rice? Players such as Saka and Trossard. And Martinelli.
You can't ask like that. I think you have to rephrase a little bit. Like say, what went wrong, for instance? It would have been less aggressive than why are you not taking risk, right? You should say it like, I mean, what do you think? You know, it's always when you say, what do you think? It's more leaner than to say, why you didn't do that? You know, it's more aggressive and he's probably going to lash out, you know, and I don't know, man. As I said, I think there's the questionnaire and the I mean, during the press conferences are all prep questions and they just put them in a piece of, you know, a handkerchief or something and just give it to him, say, hey, listen, these are the questions we're going to ask you. And there are too much control when it comes to PR around Arsenal and Arteta, especially.
Because I want to know the answers to these questions.
We all do.
I just want to know, why don't you take risks? Like why don't you take risks? Like what is the reason? Do you not have trust? Like
you know what blows my mind when you said that's I want to do the root analysis with Arteta. You know, maybe Ash heard of it, the 5 whys. I don't know if you heard of it, the 5 whys root cause analysis. is you ask
Which
5
one?
whys, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
called,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
root cause analysis, right? You ask, you tell them, okay, why you did this? Then you're gonna answer whatever answer. You're gonna say, oh, because I forgot or something, and you're gonna say, why you forgot? You know,
What did you forget?
I want to dig deep with him and see where's
Why?
the issue,
You have
right?
to get to
Yeah, just
you have
why?
to get to the center of the issue of why
Yes,
this happened,
Mm.
because like he may not be realizing himself that he's doing, because you know how some people
No, but
they get
Register
yeah?
Kev answered it. No, it's true. It's because he got destroyed by Pep 3 years ago when he got
Yeah.
that 4-1 beating and 3-1 beating at our ground. He's been scarred since then,
Yeah.
which is why he's been focusing on defense. And bro, we saw how Arsenal played that season, the 22-23 season. We were one of the most exciting attacking teams in the league. He's been scarred so bad by that season that he's just been too scared to freaking go and attack and let our defenders deal with counterattacks at the back. Which, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's starting to raise questions for me. Like, are our defenders really as good as everyone says they are? I think they are. But if they are, why
think-
are you not okay? Huh?
I don't think he trusts them.
I don't think
He-
you trust him enough because
He
bro,
doesn't trust the
best-
defense.
Yeah, because if you look at the best teams, again, the ones I named, right? Like I told you guys, the 6 teams, their defenders used to be left a lot of times to deal with counterattacks.
Yeah,
Liverpool with Van Dijk and Konate all the time. City with their defenders and how many times they used to get exposed and Kyle Walker had to bail them. And Joel Matip, PSG last season with Hakimi, Nuno Mendes tracking back and Pacho and Marquinhos. In fact, they conceded a goal against Liverpool and lost that game because they left that space and Harvey Elliott ended up scoring. But they didn't care. They said that's fine. That's our attacking philosophy, and it paid off in the end because they won the second leg. Barca not used to do this. Barca still do it till to this day. They let their defenders deal with counterattacks because they trust they will win the ball back with the system they have. But when they win the ball back, now one long ball to Yamal or to Rafinha or to Olmo, and they're in a dangerous position to score and hurt the other team. Madrid, how many times Ramos used to get sent off because he used to be in those situations where he had to go and tackle someone. But it didn't matter. They're like, that's our style. And we will win more often than we don't with that style. Arteta, for some reason, doesn't believe that. He literally comes from it. Even though he studied under Pep, I think it's an embarrassment that he didn't take those lessons from Pep. He didn't take those lessons from Wenger. Yeah, it's a disgracia. He took the lessons he took instead are from Simeone. Why are you playing Simeone football when you've been working for the greatest attacking manager of all time and another great attacking manager, Arsene Wenger, when you were our captain? Where did you learn this Simeone football?
He's an Everton legend. Don't forget that.
Anyway, listen, we're gonna wrap it up, bro.
Before we do that, I have a genuine question for you guys. Do you think we're gonna win the league?
Yes, yeah.
I think we're winning the league because I think City are just not gonna fix up in time.
Okay, fair.
And I think, one last thing. I think we'll win the league with the lowest points tally in the last 10 years. So Leicester won it with 81, if I'm not wrong. I think this will be around the same region. 80, 81, 82, 83, something like that.
The lowest goals scored as well.
Probably the lowest goal scored as well. Correct. In the last 10 years, yeah. I think 70-something goals, maybe 80 goals max will be like our goals for. I think we'll not have the best attack. I think City will score more. But yeah.
Do you think we're gonna win the league?
I still have hope.
No. Don't give me that bullshit. Do you think
Sami doesn't think we're winning it. Sami thinks City are winning it.
I have hope that do you know what I mean?
My PTSD is severe, son. You know, don't test it. You know?
Nah, because you're saying I have hope, bro. I have hope that Porsche is gonna be dropped off at my freaking house, and then they're just gonna say, you know what, have it. There's the keys. Insurance paid for 10 years. That's what I wish, and I hope. Come on, man. Tell us.
Look, I think we still can. It's still in our hands, I should say. It's still in our hands.
Stop being a politician. Nobody asked you if we can. We know we can. Villa can. Do you think we will win the league?
No.
Yes, I
If you
think we
don't,
can.
it's okay. If you
said
don't
yes,
think
we
we'll win,
You
can.
always ask. You always add that can. Just say yes. I think we will.
Sami, if you don't think we'll win it, that's fine. Wallahi, we're not gonna come to you end of the season and say because if you say no, I actually think you have a very good reason to say no. Even if
Honestly,
we win it,
you know,
it
my
doesn't mean you're
confidence was
wrong.
like 70%, 80% that we're gonna win it, but now I'm like in the 50-50 region. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like this kind of performance is just demolished my hopes. I'm gonna be real, you know, and I want Arsenal to win at the end of the day, but you know, I don't know if Arteta will. I mean, it's just he doesn't fill me with that confidence to say yes.
Can you believe now, more than watching our games, we have to also watch the City games and just pray?
That's the problem, man. You know, this is why I'm telling you, bro. PTSD is kicking in.
We have to pray that the scum Spurs win this weekend against City and take 3 points off them, and then Liverpool hopefully do a solid for us the week after at Anfield and beat City again. If that happens,
I'm
and we
gonna
win
do what
against
Total
Leeds
Eclipse
and
do, you know.
Sunderland,
I'm gonna join like Igal's show probably because that guy is so positive. You know, it's just sometimes it becomes toxic. You know, positivity.
look, big up to Igal, but I think like Igal, just like Anton, like I think sometimes there is like a little level of delusion. We're all sitting here saying we're probably winning the league. We're saying that, but I think sometimes Igal and Anton might oversee some flaws that are there in the team because of clouded judgment. The same way how there are fans on the opposite side of the spectrum, like your league gunners and God knows who else, who only see the negative side of things. They don't think there's anything good about the team. Like I said, like big up to Brandon, but he was saying yesterday in the Football Terrace that, the only reason we'll win the league this season is because other teams are crap. That's not the only reason. Like, come on. Like Liverpool won the league last season without any challenges being there, which is fair. But that doesn't mean they didn't deserve the league. It doesn't mean they were not good enough to win it, even if they were challengers.
But by the way, we didn't even discuss the penalties. I can't believe people actually saying those are penalties.
No, they were not penalties.
You know, the handball that Dogu did is like by his side. It's a
that's not a foul.
And I've seen people go to the Harry Maguire one. Where did you want his hand to be? Like, what did you expect?
That's not a pen.
Did you expect his hand to just disappear and then him to just fall on his side?
If that was given against us, we would be fuming. Let's not do that crap.
I'll be livid.
Let's not do
I'll be livid if that was given against me. Like, do you know what I mean? Listen, Kev, you don't need to bullshit with us. It hit his hand, but it's still not a handball.
To be honest, for Dorgu, I didn't see it hit Dorgu's hand. So if you guys are saying,
it hit his arm. It hit his arm. But regardless, it's a natural position. It's a natural position. So it's not a handball.
That register, Kev. That I would say maybe, but I also feel that reality, yes, maybe that should have been given as a red and a penalty. But the problem with that is the way Martinez did it. You could look at it as, he didn't really mean it. You get what I mean? Even though it looked like he meant it. But it's very, very difficult to give these kind of fouls, man. We saw Van Dijk kick out at Kai Havertz last season, intentionally kick him and get not even a yellow card when he was supposed to be sent off. Like some of these things, when some players are smart, they know how to do it in a way where the referee doesn't catch it, even with VAR.
Especially Martinez, bro. Sandro Martinez.
Yeah, the dirty
scumbag. He's a scumbag with his challenges and dirty tricks.
Bitch.
You know what I mean? It's funny that him and
listen.
It's funny that him and Romero come from the same arc, bro. Do you know what I mean? From the same. Do you know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah, we get it. We get it.
Scumbags. That's what they both are.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Listen, I appreciate everybody who has stopped by. I appreciate everybody who has dropped by, commented, everything. Like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to put this in the description. I'm going to put their channels, so make sure to go over and subscribe to these boys as well. Make sure they are done, people. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do a watch along on Wednesday. Possibly.
Why? Actually, you'll see a goal fest maybe. Actually, you know what? I don't even think we'll have a goal fest. I think we'll win 2-0.
Vibes, guys. I'm gonna just do it for the vibes. I know it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna do it for the vibes. UCL night.
I'm gonna give you guys a spoiler. We'll discuss it Friday in detail. I don't predict us beating Leeds. But anyways, we'll discuss it on Friday.
Yeah,
What? You're not against Leeds?
we're gonna get
Okay,
into
I'm
it.
not-
We're gonna get
okay,
into
okay.
If it was
I
at home, I would have said yes. At their ground, I don't see it. But anyways, we'll
Oh
get
yeah.
into it.
So let me actually do this.
So that lesson didn't really work out for Arteta then. Picks up.
I already told you I don't think he learns the lesson. But if there is a chance he would learn the lesson, it's more from a defeat than a draw. But if you ask me what do I think will happen, bro, rate like big up to Mo. Obviously, he's my brother. I rate him above everyone else. But I think Catch probably needs the raid more.
Lego head, guys. Here's
Hold
Lego
on,
head.
guys. Is this thing all right? What's going on here? I'm sorry, people. Just 1 second, because my thing's moving. Buki.
Actually, wait. When did Mo start? Okay, Mo started 4 minutes ago. He's got 127 watching. Wait, let's do math and see who needs it more.
Let's say let's do math.
No. Catch is gonna end it. So maybe do it with Mo. Yeah. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. I'm probably gonna end it soon.
Yeah, let's go and do Mo. Oh, let's go. Whoa, pause. Let's go and raid Mo. All right, peace out, people. Love for the love. Big up, man. Peace.